Your part is easy on this song. It's just, it goes like this. Feel it. Try that with me. Feel it. You're gonna get it. Just feel it and let it be. Allow my feelings to come naturally, moving through me like clouds in the sky. I don't question why. I'm gonna feel it. Feel it. Gonna let the joy and pain wash over me. Feel it. Gonna ride the waves and let it be. Feel it. Gonna trust it'll be okay to let it flow. Feel it. Gonna laugh and cry and let it go. I've spent so many years trying to push my pain away, but I resist, persist, and can surface any day. So I'm taking the steps to see what I've denied, open to the feelings I've held deep inside. I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready to feel it. Gonna let the joy and pain wash over me. Feel it. Gonna ride the waves and let it be. Feel it. Gonna trust it'll be okay to let it flow. Feel it. Gonna laugh and cry and let it go. Being strong shouldn't mean that I'm not supposed to feel. How can I grow and how can I heal? I've gotta let it out, let it all come through, every kind of emotion. What I've got to do is be open and willing and ready to feel it. Gonna let the joy and pain wash over me. Feel it. Gonna ride the waves and let it be. Feel it. Gonna trust it'll be okay to let it flow. Feel it. Gonna laugh and cry and let it. Let's try that again. Feel it. Gonna let the joy and pain wash over me. Let me hear you. Feel it. Gonna ride the waves and let it be. Feel it. Gonna trust it'll be okay to let it flow. Feel it. Gonna laugh and cry and let it go. Gonna feel it. 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 Now wake up now, come on. Gonna feel it. Gonna feel it. Gonna feel it. Keep it going. Gonna feel it. Sticks and stones can feel it, but kind can never hurt me. Gonna feel it. Gonna let the joy and pain wash over me. Gonna feel it. Gonna ride those waves. Gonna let it be. Gonna trust it'll be okay. Gonna let it flow. Feel it. Gonna let the joy and pain wash over me. Feel it. Gonna ride the waves and let it be. Feel it. Gonna trust it'll be okay to let it flow. Feel it. Gonna laugh and cry and just let it go. Come on and let it go. You got to let it go. Just let it go. Got to let it go. Come on, let it go. Here we go. Let it go.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Charlottesville. It's spring. Well, yesterday it was. My name is Peggy Ruth. I have the honor of serving as your celebration assistant this morning, and we want to welcome everyone that is here in the sanctuary, everyone that's joining us online. Your presence is appreciated. Joining me, of course, is our illustrious music director, Dr. Blair Jones.
That was only for last week. Let's can that now.
The Unity Band, the praise singers, and I am excited to welcome back our good friend, Reverend Alva Pope, this morning for the message and the meditation. Yay! If you haven't already, I'd like to invite you to mute or turn off your cell phones. And of course, here at Unity of Charlottesville, we welcome everyone. It's in our name. So regardless of your religion, your national heritage, your familial status, sexual identity, gender preference, whatever, you are welcome here. We are all spiritual beings traveling on this path in this human experience. So we're so glad you're here. And now it's time for one of our favorite songs where we can get up, sing, hug each other, or handshake, whatever you feel comfortable with.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Here.
All right, now it's time for prayer. So we're going to invite Reverend Alva Pope to come up and lead us as you get settled.
So as we prepare our hearts for prayer, I'm just going to ask you to be present, be here now, and breathe deeply, very deeply, into your spirit, into your body, into your mind. It is times like these when there is a lot in the world to be afraid of, in our city, in our town, in our country. And so we gather together as one mind, one heart. And we settle in with no urgency, but making space, holding space for others, but also taking space for ourselves, taking time to breathe, taking time to recognize if we're okay, but also time to acknowledge if we're not okay. If there's tension in your body, release it now. Because we are safe. We are here. We are together. We are love. As we journey together today in this service, I want you to take a moment to recognize where your heart is, to recognize if our hearts are constricted, if we're holding our breath or holding our fear. And every time that you're aware of it, just breathe through it and let it go. Because this is our time to return to the truth of who we are, the essence of what we are, the power that we have to move with the divine, to move in our bodies, in our mind, in our hearts, closer to the truth of who we are in real time. Settle in, take your time, and breathe deeply. God is with us, everywhere present, at all times. We are safe. We are love. We are free. Breathing deeply once more. And so it is.
And let's close this time of prayer by affirming together our mission statement. Together, unity of Charlottesville empowers everyone to express their unique divinity, making a positive difference in the world. And our statement of faith. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotence.
Okay, you've got another very straightforward part on this song, too. So I'm going to say, don't hold back, say that. And you say that, say that. Say that, say that. Yeah, you'll see.
At a certain time.
You can sing Don't Hold Back, too, if you want. But
Say
just
what?
say that, say that. All right. Here we go. Not too fast. Oh, 1, 2. Come on, say that. Say that. Say that. Say that. If you don't know how to say what you're feeling, but you feel like you've got something to say, when the music all sounds familiar, but you never really learned how to play. If you feel like the next step is waiting, but you don't exactly know where to go, and you're not quite sure of the meaning, but you're certain that you're willing to know, take a chance and say that.
Say that.
Say that. Say that. gets braver. We can't wait for the band to arrive. When you wanna crack your heart wide open, and the words don't really open the door, but you're secretly in love with the feeling, and you're positively jumping for joy. Take a chance and say that. Say that, say that. Say that, say that. Say that, say that.
Well, I think we all know and love Reverend Alva. So I'm pleased that we were able to steal her away from Unity of Bonnier this morning to come over and share her joy and her wisdom with us. So let's give a warm Unity of Charlottesville welcome to Reverend Alva Pope.
Good morning. Good morning. Whew, I'm so excited to be here this morning. And as you can see, I am also sounding kind of nasally and congested. But bear with me, please. This morning, I am aware and awake to my feelings. As a therapist, a lot of times my clients come into treatment muted. Their emotions are muted, their words are muted, and it's all under the guise of appearing strong. So much so that when they come in, they still want me to tell them that they don't need therapy. They still want the message, you know, I'm here for you and I'm a therapist, but you don't need it. That's what they want me to say. And I always kind of double down on, yeah, you need it. We all need it. We all need a place to go and have a truthful, authentic conversation. And that's what therapy is. The interesting thing is I don't think we recognize how much we pretend. That's the thing. Everybody knows or thinks that they know that they're not pretending. Take a deep breath and say, where's the tension in my body? And you'll see how much you are pretending, right? I come to you this morning, like, asking you to be present, like here. You know, let anything that's on you fall off, and just to say, you know, because we say it often. I'm here, I'm present, we center, and then we kind of float away. And so I'm going to ask you to be here now in the love and the light. Take a moment to release all the urgency of, you know, formality, the urgency of order, all of that. And I want you to just really be in the presence of God that is in you. The awareness that God is here, that I am here, the I am, expressing itself as my life, as my consciousness in this moment. And feel that. Feel it, not as an idea, but as our reality. No fantasy, reality. Not a thought, but being in the building, in the chair, in the room, hearing, feeling. Because a few years ago, I found myself standing in a room full of people, doing what many of us know how to do very well. Smiling politely, shaking hands, and saying all the right things. And suddenly, I noticed something euphoric. My face was in the room, but my heart had quietly stepped away. My body was physically present, but not really there. And there's an old song that rings true. Your body is here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. And the question crossed my mind and has stayed with me ever since. How many of us learn and have learned to show up in our lives while our hearts are still somewhere else? And that led me here to this spiritual practice that I am now calling living heart forward. In other words, wear your heart on your sleeve. Living heart forward means the person you are inside and the person the world meets outside are no longer strangers. It is time for us to do away with our representatives. But when we talk about living heart forward, we're not talking about emotional recklessness. We're talking about spiritual congruence. Because a transformed life always follows a pattern. And that pattern is often, if not always, embedded in universal law. And in the simplest language I know, the pattern looks like this. You are what you think. You are what you eat. You are what you practice. If we understand those three shifts or pivots or movements, we begin to understand how our lives and our minds become aligned with divine mind. This is oneness. The scripture tells us, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. It does not say admire that mind or to worship that mind. The instructions are clear. It says, let it be in you. Thought is not an ornamentation. Thought is foundation. The structure of life is quietly built by the thoughts we rehearse daily. If we rehearse fear, we begin to expect danger, even when we are not in danger. If we rehearse resentment, our nervous system stays in a posture of defense and hypervigilance, much like an autoimmune disorder. We are triggered to fight when there is nothing to fight. We are there. We are ready to be defensive. We are ready to answer in defense. This is what your system will do if you are rehearsing resentments. But when we begin to practice thoughts of compassion and curiosity and courage, something amazing begins to happen. Our perception begins to change in real time, in the room, not in the future or the future past, but now. Our perceptions begin to change, and our energy fields move from lower vibrations to higher frequencies. And when perception changes, possibility appears. This is the third option. Possibilities appear if you ask, is there another option? Is there another way? Let us hear. God does not send thoughts to you like telegrams from the sky. God does not only work around you in the atmosphere, God works through you, as you. The divine does not bypass your mind. The divine works through your mind, which means that the thoughts you practice are helping to shape the life you experience. Again, thought is not decoration. thought is architecture. So living heart forward begins with honesty about what is happening in your own consciousness. Because the Christ mind does not need a disguise. It needs availability. Now, thinking clearly is powerful, but thinking alone does not sustain a transformed life. So thought alone won't get us there. Because consciousness is shaped not only by what we think, but by what we continually absorb. Which brings us to the second idea of you are what you eat, or take in, or expose yourself to, or listen to, or read about. And let's be clear, your spirit is always eating something. The only question is are you being nourished or depleted? Am I being fed something that's going to keep me vibrant, or something that's going to take all of my energy to digest it? Some of us are careful about what we eat physically, but not about what we consume emotionally, intellectually, or digitally. We would never pour sand into our gas tank, but we will pour anxiety into our nervous system all day. And then wonder why peace feels so far away. Jeremiah said, "Your words were found and I ate them." The prophets understood something we sometimes forget. Truth must be metabolized, not just desired. You can't just want it. You have to process it. You have to go through it, which means that we have to engage it. If you constantly ingest urgency, you will feel perpetually behind. If you ingest narratives of separation, your nervous system will remain guarded. But when you nourish your mind with wisdom, stillness, and meaningful connection, which is something we often hope for but never actually expect, amazing things happen. Your inner world becomes spacious. It becomes spacious enough to hold complexity without collapsing. We don't recognize that this is a practice. And that is when your life begins to move heart forward. But even clear thinking and wise nourishment are not enough by themselves. Insight may inspire us, but practice forms us. And we do live in a world of form. So if we want to be shaped, then we must continue to mold ourselves. Transformation does not happen because we agree with an idea. See, we often think that if I'm in agreement, then it will happen for me. That is not the case. Transformation happens because we continually practice a thing. You do not become peaceful because you admire peace. You become peaceful when you return to stillness again and again until stillness becomes familiar territory. A lot of people don't like to come to therapy because they think, oh, every time you come to therapy, you're going to be talking about your past, your life. Actually, what you come to therapy to do is talk. The first thing we learn how to do is talk. We just learn how to talk to each other. And we may talk about anything. A lot of my clients are often surprised when we just have continual conversations about how things are going in their life, and they feel like the session is not going anywhere, and we always end up where we are supposed to be because the intent was there, because we are living heart forward, and because we return to the practice over and over and over again. And sometimes, let's say that you want to journal, or you want to have a prayer practice, or some formed idea of how to bring yourself to this place, and you forget. The key is at the moment of remembrance that you just return. Not to ridicule, not to fuss at yourself, not to shame yourself, not to say, oh my, I can't ever. No, just return to the practice. And this is how we live heart forward. Every time that you pause before reacting, you are strengthening your spiritual muscles. Every time you tell the truth kindly, okay, the word kindly, tell the truth kindly instead of performing politeness, you are strengthening your integrity. Every time you remain present in discomfort without dramatizing it or running from it, your capacity for authenticity expands. Different traditions describe this practice in different ways. The Black church tradition calls it pressing your way. Metaphysical teachings call it mental discipline. Psychology calls it regulation. But the wisdom is the same. You become what you practice. You are what you do. And when clear thinking, wise nourishment, and faithful practice begin working together, powerful things happen. The heart becomes strong enough to remain open. That's a practice. Remember, it's automatic to shut your heart. It is deliberation that opens the heart. Because a broken heart will close. How many of us right now are experiencing brokenheartedness? We are brokenhearted. For one reason or another, there is brokenheartedness in the atmosphere. And our inclination is to shrink back and to close. But if you return to the practice, the heart becomes strong enough to remain open. And that is when people sometimes misunderstand what openness really means. Sometimes when we hear wear your heart on your sleeve, we imagine chaos, breakdown, weakness, victimhood. But the truth is that an undisciplined heart spills, and a guarded heart withholds. But a trained heart expresses wisely. Jesus wept, but he did not collapse. Jesus loved, but he did not enable dysfunction. Sensitivity guided by wisdom becomes compassion. Sensitivity guided by fear becomes reactivity. Living heart forward means your responses are guided by love rather than old survival scripts. You can be tender without being fragile, clear without being cruel, present without absorbing everything around you. We don't have to take in everything around us, but we can be present. Now, every teaching becomes real when it touches a life that has been well lived. And for me, this is not theory alone. It came through experience. And at this moment, I would like for us, even though we are silent, to take a pause, to honor the professor at Old Dominion University who lost his life last Thursday. His name, Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw. We honor him because this is one of those things that makes your heart close. I was at work when we got notice that this was happening. My office mate, her daughter was in that building. No parent wants to hear that. No parent wants to have communication with her child, and then lose communication for 10 minutes, which feels like 10 years. We hold space for all of the people on that campus. They need us. They need our hearts to open. They need our hearts to be aware that we just want to shut down. We want to close. Everybody wants to take their kid home. We want the semester to be over now. It takes courage to keep moving. And as we honor the person who lost his life and the people who were injured and everyone who is affected by this, which is all of us, remember that we want to close our hearts, but this is the time to open, to stand firm, and not to collapse. And as a Black woman in this country, I learned early how to read rooms, how to modulate my tone, how to measure my words, how to carry strength even when I'm exhausted. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not. I know that each of you have had to do it too. And if you've ever made yourself smaller just to stay safe, think about it. This campus shrunk to stay safe. Lights were turned off, students were under desks, doors were locked. We closed down for safety. And if you've ever had to do that, you know that this comes with a hefty price. And it does not end when the lights come back on. It doesn't. It does not end because the situation has been managed. We know that that's not how this ends. That's why we're here together, because our hearts are now guarded. And that's why I'm here talking to you about living heart forward. But I want you to know I do not do it from a place of naivety. It is courageous, and it requires the attribute of bravery. Because when you stop managing your life around perception, it makes room. And this is a practice. It is a practice to be afraid. It is a practice to be brokenhearted. It is a practice to be in a state of fear and decide deliberately to open your heart. Take a moment now and breathe with me as we open our hearts consciously, that we are open-hearted. When we can practice this, our creative energy returns. Authenticity, the real you. Not the you that everybody thinks they know, but the real you returns. And you can believe and experience something that's very liberating. That the divine does not require our performance. The divine does not require our performance. It only requires our presence. That's it. And when you begin to live from presence, rather than continually focusing on performance, the fruits of living heart forward appear. We become trustworthy to ourselves and others. We become resilient because we are no longer fighting our own emotions. We become magnetic because sincerity draws connection. And perhaps most importantly, we become available. Available for healing, available for wisdom, available for love. The Spirit moves most easily through what is open. That's why it's so important to open your heart. And so as I move to closing, because it's very quiet, I want us to gather our thoughts and all that we know as people who love consciously. I want you to take into consideration when you are not being your authentic self, when you are not breathing deeply, when you can recognize that you are not feeling safe. And I want you to remember that living heart forward is your way through. Living heart-centered, wearing your emotions on your sleeve is not weakness, it is not collapsing, it is not spillage. It is spiritual congruence. It is architecture. It is foundational. And when we first started, the line was live heart forward. In the beginning, it may have sounded trivial, cliche, and even a little scary because it's vulnerable. But now we know something deeper. Living heart forward is not emotional exposure. It is spiritual alignment. It is what happens when your thoughts stop arguing with your values. When what you feed your spirit strengthens you instead of draining you. When what you practice quietly becomes who you naturally are. Living heart forward means the love you believe in finally has permission to show up in your life. The love you believe in has permission to show up in your life. And when that happens, more amazing things happen. The distance between the person you are inside and the person we meet outside no longer exists. It begins to disappear. And when the distance disappears, the weight for all the things that you want also disappears because it becomes instant. When I'm present and here now, what I desire in my heart, in my life, in the world begins to show up. Peace appears. Not fragile peace that depends on perfect circumstances, but deep, abiding peace that comes when your life and your spirit are moving in the same direction. Too often, what we want above is not appearing below because we are moving in opposite directions. So think thoughts that make room for love. And practice this living heart forward over and over and over again. Return to it over and over and over again. And when you forget, come back. And when you get tired, come back. And when you get scared, come back. And when no one else around you can see what you can see, come back. This is what it means to move forward in love, in peace, in authenticity. It is a wonderful thing to be seen. And I see you. I just pray that you can see me as we join together and live heart forward. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is.
Have you heard that sad old song about the girl named Barbara Allen and the boy named Will who died of grief 'cause she would not forgive him? When the death bell tolled, how she cried, her heart broke and she died. A rose and briar grow side by side, where they lie forever sleeping. But there's time for love. There's still time for love. No time for what might have been. Only time for love. It's an old romantic tale of overwhelming passion, one who sees the truth too late and learns a tragic lesson, a tale of hurt too great to bear, a tale of lost love everywhere. It's a wonder that we ever dare trust our hearts to fortune, but there's time for love. There's still time for love. No time for what might have been. Only time for love. There's time for love. There's still time for love. No time for what might have been. Only time for love. Speak your heart or hold it close. You see how the story goes. You get the briar with the rose. That's everybody's bargain. So when love calls some tender night, won't you rise and follow? Oh, don't you hesitate, worrying about tomorrow. Risk it all or play it safe. Either way, your heart could break. So let it be for love's sake, not regretful sorrow. There's time for love. There's still time for love. No time for what might have been. Only time for love. There's time for love. time for love.
So, as we take a moment to make time for love, rest in this space, breathing deeply, centering in your heart, giving yourself permission to be the truth of who you are. Allowing the waves of life and love to wash through you, flowing with wisdom of its own. Be here now, in this moment, in your body. Be here now in your breath. Be here now in your own wisdom. Escaping the urgency of fear. Being free of the urgency of chaos or crisis. But breathing deeply. Breathing life from your head to your toes. Breathing. Breathing. Simultaneously holding space and taking space. Breathing. And as we return from the silence, remember your breath. Return to your chair and remember your body. And if ever we shall forget, remember to return. Breathing into the room, knowing that you are safe, knowing that we are here now. And so it is. And so it is.
I had a dream, a vision. I woke up singing in the middle of the night, 'cause the world had finally got it right. It's got nothing to do with history or which side has lost or won. It's got everything everything to do with love. When you hear a voice calling somewhere inside you, saying we're not alone, and the music fills your heart with hope. It's got nothing to do with boundaries or thinking that you gotta be tough. It's got everything to do with love. Yeah. It's got everything to do with love. With our differences behind us, the world looks new. Maybe something as simple as kindness can see us through. Well, it takes as long as it takes, and we know it. When the moment is right, I'll hear somebody singing in the morning light. There is so much hope to hold on to, and so many songs to be sung. It's got everything to do with love. Yes, it does. It's got everything to do with love. Everything. Oh, everything, all of it. Everything to do with love. I had a dream, a vision. I woke up singing in the middle of the night, 'cause the world had finally got it right. There is so much hope to hold on to, and so many songs to be sung. It's got everything to do with love. Yeah, it does. It sure does. It's got everything to do with love. So true. It's got everything to do with love. Everything.
Thank you, Reverend Alva Pope. I don't know about you, but I was quiet because I felt like a little sponge, just wanting to absorb every word. Yeah, so good to have you here. And thank you for the beautiful duet. My finger wants to double click this morning. It's that time in our service now where we have the opportunity to give back to Unity of Charlottesville, our time, our talent, and our tithes. And there are many ways to give here at Unity of Charlottesville. Slipping back. Charlottesville, I know where I live now. You can text to give. The information is right here on the screen in front of you. You can put your offering in the basket. Ellen will be moving around through the sanctuary. You can do it the old-fashioned way and mail a check into the church office. However you choose to give, we are so very grateful. You are this church. You are what keeps the lights on, so thank you. And we also have our fundraiser called Stepping into Future. This QR code is there. This is what will build our operating budget, help with the many, many projects that we have. It's a big goal, but we can get there, and we're already making huge progress. So please give generously to this fund. And now let's bless our tithes and our offerings. Together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Y'all know this one, so please sing along on the chorus.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason while I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide. It's a healing when hearts open wide for each other.
Let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you know what I mean, it's the season. Just let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love find you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you know what I mean, that's the reason.
There's a reason for the warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under its loving embrace. Just feel the thunder as it warms your face. You can't hold back.
Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you know what I mean, it's the season. And let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love find you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you know what I mean, that's the reason. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you know what I mean, it's the season. Just let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love find to all living things, and let your love shine. And you know what I mean, it's the reason. Mike.
We bless these tithes, these offerings, and we send them forward to your will, your way, and your work. And so it is. Amen. Okay, we have some opportunities for transformation. There I go, double clicking again. Who enjoys hospitality, being able to go down after service? They need you. They need you. So sign up to help. You know, you don't have to help every Sunday, but just help. There's a sign-up list. You can talk to Marge. talk to Christy and see what it's all about. But please, it's a great way to meet people. The media team needs some help too. Amy can talk to you all about that. There are paid positions. Without the media team, you wouldn't hear this, you wouldn't see that, we really wouldn't be who we are. So it's a really important team. So if you're, technically inclined, think about it. After the service today, we'll have another hug meeting, Help Unity Grow. Good opportunity to hear what's going on from the board and share any questions that you have. So see you downstairs.
Do we have hospitality today?
Marge says yes.
All right, so the choir practice is supposed to be today, but I don't want you to miss the hug meeting. So please, if you're in the choir, just stay right here after church and we'll just meet for 20 minutes. Thank you.
Easter is just around the corner and we'd like to have a potluck again. So that's a big event, and again, the hospitality team needs your help with that. So there's a sign-up sheet, and again, talk to Marge. Megan, you want to come up and tell us about April, Earth Month?
Hi everyone, I'm Megan. I'm part of the Earth Care team, and we're celebrating not just Earth Day, but all of the whole month of April as Earth Month. And we have 3 really amazing opportunities, events that are happening here at Unity. The first is on Saturday, April 11th. We're going to have a meditation workshop with our own amazing Carolyn leading. We have on Saturday, April 18th, a concert here with a group called Fuse Ensemble. This is a group that's never been here before, so we're pretty excited. And then we also have a guest speaker on Saturday, April 25th. It's Sarah F. Jane. If you've ever heard of Doug Tallamy's book, Nature's Best Hope, Sarah F. Jane wrote kind of the workbook to go along with that. It's going to be an amazing workshop. She's going to tell us all about how to turn our yards into a welcome space for wildlife and dealing with invasive species, planting natives, things like that. So if you're into that, it would be a great workshop to attend. So those are all happening in April. And out in the narthex, there is a flyer with more information. And I just wanted to also point out that in the narthex, there's also, if you want more information about our fundraiser, there's also a brochure out there for everyone to take. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. Joe Crookeston will be back in concert on April 11th. You can get your tickets online. This is part of the Focus Music series. Blair kicked the season off with the La Da Da's a couple of weeks ago. It's a great opportunity, again, to just come out and have fun together. So I encourage you to get a ticket and come hear Joe. The Healing Helpers will be over here in the back corner, and Buddy Leffers, as always, will be up front for individual prayer. Next week, our very own Dr. She's a doctor too. Carolyn Kinane will be with us for the message. We always look forward to that. And let's affirm our prayer for a new minister. Together, we are open and receptive to the right and perfect Unity minister, to accept the invitation to lead, serve, and guide Unity of Charlottesville into our next phase of vibrant ministry. We see this process unfolding with ease, grace, wisdom, and understanding, all in divine time. We give thanks that it is so, and we release this prayer to the universe in the name and after the nature of the Christ within. There are many people that make this service happen. The blessing team this morning, thank you so much to Ellen, Marlene, and Denise, who greeted you in the narthex when you came in. Of course, on the sound team, we've got Greg and Amy. Our hospitality team, Marge always has some helpers downstairs and needs more. Thank you for all you do, and for everybody that's down there getting ready. We'll send them a little love. Of course, our music team, Blair, our band, Stevie, Jim, Ty, and Blue, and our praise singers, 6 strong, John, Karen, Janice, Rhonda, Christine, and Kevin. All I have to do is look at you. And of course, Reverend Alva. She'll be back next month. All right, may we stand and share together our peace song. And our prayer for protection. Together. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am,